Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to GreedFall in 2024, part 27, I think. Though the episode will probably be, the video will probably be up sometime in 2025. I do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. I play games for fun with the sole goal in mind: invade your phones and homes on your big screens, little screens, and all the screens in betweens, to blast you with a nice wave of warm, gooey nostalgia like a hamburger that was left in the backseat of your car in the blazing sun for a week. It seemed like the 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s when you go over to a buddy's place after school or work to drop your pack, drop your gear, drop your butt in a chair anywhere. It doesn't matter. We are all together to play games, good and bad. And obviously you want to play more good games, bad, but as long as you got the company, that's what counts. So just sit back, relax, and let's have rambling conversations and play anywhere from bad to good games. To my subscribers, I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. Genuinely. And because of that, as long as one of y'all sticks around, I'll keep doing these videos and hopefully get better at them. You drive by rubbernecked viewers, howdy. Stay a while and listen. Okay. I do everything unedited, unscripted, and completely unprofessional. I kind of play whatever I feel like playing at the time. But I'm kind of the gamer. I don't know how many of y'all are out there like this, but when I start a game, I try to beat that game to completion before moving on to the next one. Unless it's something like fighting games. That was a bad dip. Sorry about that. I might be able to toss in a fighting game on the side while I'm playing through something, or playing Mario Kart with friends and family kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say juggle playing sorry. I did drink water for a pill. I wouldn't juggle playing, say, Max Payne alongside playing, Shadow Hearts, for example. Two different games. But, I won't be able to focus. I'm the same way when it comes to reading. I can read multiple books. I mean, hell, if you go to college, you have to learn the art of reading multiple books and retaining knowledge. But, I prefer to focus in on just one at a time when it comes to reading. Anyways, we just protected San Matthias and Maquette from corrupted beasties.
You are back. I hear there are no more attacks. Once again, your help was a blessing. Did our troops survive?
There were some losses, but the outpost is still standing. And it's thanks to them that I was able to follow the creature's trail. The officer sent out a small party hoping that they would be able to solve the problem.
Now that's a resourceful man. Did his initiative bear fruit?
His men died, alas. But following their tracks led me to the creature who was leading the animals. It resembled a Nardaig Manaman, a mountain guardian. But it seemed like it was sick. Its skin was covered in stains and ulcers, and its behavior was different from the other guardians I've met.
Where could it have come from? And why did it send all these beasts after us?
I don't know, but someone must be behind all this. These attacks are too coordinated and too complex to be the work of some creatures.
You are a man of great ingenuity. I have no doubt that you will solve this mystery. At any rate, I am extremely grateful for the help you have given us.
You gonna give me 50 gold?
Anything else?
150. Oh.
I must leave you.
Naturally.
Man. I know you fended off waves of attacks from multiple monsters, fought a giant bat-winged monster creature that could wield a spear the size of 3 of you, but hey, here's 150 gold. Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you, dear Cardinal. A shillelagh. Alright. I think we're covered, because I ain't doing these side quests. I don't care. That one will probably come, because there's probably one more area. Anamid. Oh, your worrisome discoveries. Okay. We gotta check in with our cousin, who I'm suspecting isn't the fun-loving cousin that we all grew up and loved back in video 1. It's like, hope you all are having a good day. I like this cold weather now because allows me to open the windows. Bring in some of that cold air.
Constantine.
My dear cousin, I'm always happy to see you. What news do you bring?
We managed to solve the problem of the attacks on San Mateus.
Really?
San Mateus.
The city and its outposts were continuously being attacked by animals. These beasts were led by a large creature that strangely resembled a mountain guardian.
This is the same creature which High King Vinbar turned into, isn't it?
Exactly. Except it looked sick and it didn't act like the High King did. It was calling the animals around it, and it seemed like it was transferring its disease to them before making them attack. I have never seen anything like it. And there's more. Hikmet was in a similar situation. Do you remember?
Of course. Don't tell me that a guardian was involved there as well.
Yes. The governor was convinced that the attacks were led by the islanders. And yet they were being attacked as well. And it was by their side that I fought the creature. That time it was a Nardai Glenderman, a beach guardian. But it seemed just as sick. And it was also manipulating the animals to make them aggressive.
So, it would be some kind of epidemic affecting the Guardians. I don't see what we can do about it. Actually, I think you've already done what had to be done by eliminating those that were threatening our neighbors.
Perhaps. But I'm certain there's more to it than a simple epidemic. These beasts attack in a coordinated fashion, which requires an intelligence that they don't have.
You're exaggerating, dear cousin. The attacks you thought were coordinated may just have been coincidental.
You may be right. But I can't help thinking that someone is behind all this.
Did they turn Constantine into the bad guy?
B.A.D would want to take over the island. Cousin, you know how much I respect you, but frankly, this doesn't seem very coherent. And we have other reasons to be preoccupied. Another epidemic, one that concerns us a lot more, remember? You should try to meet this Enon Milflicterman, who is so well protected.
It is true, and I'm taking care of it now. But be vigilant, will you? Perhaps we will be attacked next.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sure nothing will happen to us. Is there anything you would like to tell me?
Because he done got
I
infected.
must take my leave.
Take care.
And, so far the only people attacked are the supposed, quote, 2 allies to the congregation and the natives. Wiping all 3 of them would leave everything open for Constantine to govern. So they did the whole, we're going to turn him into a bad guy. That's my guess. I haven't looked ahead. I haven't been cheating. on that. And so yeah, let's see if my guess pays off.
Congratulations, Dungus. I'm certain that you will be a very wise High King.
We've seen this dialogue in a previous video, so I'm gonna skip.
Unless you'd rather.
Skip. We still allow you to wait.
There you are, Karats.
How was the encounter?
Enon Mil Frichterman welcomed me like a mother would welcome her child. I will have to meditate on everything he told me and think about the warnings he gave. But now he's waiting for you. I will open the way. Once you are in the sanctuary, always stay on the right-hand path and keep a confident heart. Those who let doubt take hold of them and turn back risk awakening the guardians of this place. Qua Aulam said.
Does that mean more combat? Because, yeah. I'm always down to throw down. Dude. I guess they're just allowed to come with me. Curious. What happens if I don't stay on the right path? We'll do it the wrong way first. Oh. Man. I was hoping. Too bad they didn't create any. What were they called? Segways? That Paul Blart, Volkov, or used to ride around on. Okay. Let's try this. Ah, they knew I tried. Alright, let's talk to this god of theirs, who I suspect is, what's his name? Could have taken your glove off first. Just saying, it would have saved you a glove. Nope, I was wrong.
I hail you, Enon Mil Frichtemen. I have come to you to find a remedy.
A cure for the disease affliction was to be poisoned by her own children. Her veins rot in stagnant water. Her earth now bears poisoned fruit, and her children wither and die. And still it is those same children who can heal the lands, and with them heal themselves. If they only wanted truly, they could be taught by my children. Learn to give back in return. Learn to heal. But for that, I must survive.
Okay. So basically, plant a tree, do your recycling, that kind of thing, and you'll be cured of a disease.
By the venom of intrigues from faraway lands, he spreads it today in my sap. To save his own life, he stole my strength.
Yep, Constantine's bad. Oh.
Has driven him mad, because it is not made to be taken. He draws each day a little more from me, and threatens us all. His hunger has no limit.
I don't understand. Who are you talking about?
Come on.
You call Constantine.
Constantine.
Must stop him.
Constantine.
Or there will be no cure anymore for anything or anyone.
That's impossible. How could that be?
You must leave now.
I won't give you an explanation. You just got killed.
Someone has followed your footsteps. Someone has entered here without invitation. My children are waking and tracking. They will attack all from us.
Oh, that's one we haven't seen before.
Flee, or you will be dead.
That's a much bigger one than the others. Okay. Flee from Sanctuary. You must find Sanctuary. Logan's Run or Sanctuary. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Dane.
I saw a man running out of the sanctuary, and I heard the cries of creatures inside. Is everything all right? Did you manage to get the answers you were expecting?
Yes. He told me that the Malachor had appeared because of the way the colonials have treated the Earth. It's actually some kind of poisoning. And it would be possible to cure it, but I'm not sure that I understood how.
Plant trees and recycle.
Words that come from the
That's
heart
it.
of the island carry with them a wisdom, which may sometimes be difficult to grasp. If you need help, I would be glad to be of assistance. My clan knows how.
And that's why we picked Dunkus.
Thank you, Dunkus. I suppose I just need time to
A
think.
clever girl.
You haven't told me everything, have you? There appears to be a storm weighing down on your forehead.
It is true. But it is something I must verify by myself.
I see. Do not hesitate to come and find me if I can help you. Qua aulum secarans.
Goodbye.
Is that way, and then there's not that way. Here we go. The last campfire. Why is there a campfire here? I have no idea. Oh, really? I can tell them about the camps. Wow. Alright, let's go tell them about the camps first. Do this to avoid the throne room in case it wants to kick something else off. I hate to leave quests unresolved, but I really don't feel like trying to search for these last, what are they? We're missing 4. Yeah.
Sir de Corsinio, the mission you entrusted me with has made great progress.
Very well. Let's see. Oh, this is remarkable work. You explore the entire surface of the island. Well, almost. Congratulations. Thanks to you, our merchants and explorers will be able to reach the heart of this island safely. The prince will surely be very grateful for this. I know I am. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
I found some notes which were lost by...
Investigating some...
Indeed. Unfortunately.
Oh, poor man. I will make sure I share. This research is fascinating, but some sheets are missing. Keep an eye. Can your old professor...
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsinio.
Okay, so you get some experience. Should I spend this time trying to find these? No. I'll leave it a mystery for y'all to... For you, dear ears, to stumble upon yourself.
Constantine,
My dear cousin, I'm always happy.
I finally managed to enter the sanctuary at the heart of the island, and I was able to talk with Enon Miel Frictamen.
How marvelous! Tell me about it.
The sanctuary is heavily protected. Only a High King can open it.
I remember you saying that Vimbar's death wasn't going to help us. How did you fix this problem?
I had to interfere in the natives' elections and earn the trust of the pretender
I
who
rigged
seemed to
it.
be the best choice.
You really are an outstanding diplomat. My father is an old, bitter man, but he was right about you. Tell me, who did you choose?
Duncus. He's the king of...
Oh, great. Now he's gonna go kill
Egan,
Duncus. Good job.
and a Donegad full of wisdom.
I'm certain that you have made the right choice. And then what did you do?
I was able to enter the sanctuary. It was an incredible experience.
It had to be. Oh, how I envy you. Entering the most secret places on this island, talking to a god. What does he look like? Is he some kind of very old and very powerful Donegad?
No. In fact, I spoke to an extremely large tree. As strange as it may sound.
Fascinating. And I thought that gods were always old bearded men. Did he tell you where the Malachor was coming from? Is it a curse that he cast upon the first settlers?
No. According to him, we are responsible for the emergence of the Malachor. By exploiting the earth so much, we have poisoned it. And the disease has contaminated us through the water that we drink and the plants that we eat.
Strange, and yet it seems plausible. So, there wouldn't be an antidote?
He says that the earth can be healed. That his children know how to do it. I suppose he was talking about the Donegada. He also said that by healing the earth, we would heal those who live on it.
This is a fascinating revelation. It won't be easy for our neighbors to accept it, however. I'm afraid that even my father might receive it with skepticism. Did he tell you anything else?
Yes. Something rather disturbing. He talked about you. He said his existence was in danger because of you.
Really? But that doesn't make any sense. I never hurt anybody on this island. Unlike our neighbors, I have never abducted or tried to convert islanders.
I don't think that's what he was referring to.
Cousin, please, you know me. I've made some mistakes, but I never threatened anybody. The only person who I put in danger is you. And you know how sorry I am about that.
Yes, I do know.
Forget about it, will you? This god manifestly wants us to pay for the sins of our fathers and to have his revenge for the invasion. By sowing the seeds of discord between us, he's probably hoping to weaken us. Do you realize that you have succeeded where everyone else has failed? The whole continent should be thanking you. But I see it's already quite late. If you will excuse me, dear cousin. Regrettably, I must leave you.
Where are you going?
Not very far, rest assured. But I have a small personal matter to take care of, you see. Don't be concerned. There's absolutely no risk. Use the opportunity to take some rest. You've really performed miracles recently. See you later.
Yeah.
Why would he leave like that? God, do you know where my cousin is going?
Sorry, Your Excellency. His Highness didn't tell me anything.
You are one of his bodyguards, aren't you?
I am, Your Excellency. But recently it has been difficult to force His Highness to accept our presence.
Recently? You mean this isn't the first time he's left without an escort?
I'm sorry, Your Excellency,
You better tell me everything.
but Fine.
I don't care about this job.
Disrespectful towards him. But His Highness's behavior has been very peculiar recently. He sleeps very little and goes out alone almost every night.
And it didn't occur to anyone that I should be informed.
Well, His Highness had specifically ordered us not to tell you about it.
And where does he go? I thought the days when he used to go from tavern to tavern were over.
He doesn't go to taverns, Your Excellency. From what I know, he goes outside the city.
Where could he go outside the city?
I've no idea. We saw him going north. That's all I know.
Listen, I understand this matter is putting you in a difficult situation. You were supposed to protect my cousin wherever he went, but he refused and ordered you to keep your mouth shut. But Constantine is not just my governor. He's my cousin. I'm worried about him. He's already been abducted once when leaving the city. So, if you know anything else...
I don't really know where he's going, Your Excellency. But I think I know where you could find out. When he doesn't leave the palace, he stays in his office for hours. He writes so much down in there that he could fill entire books.
I really don't need the key,
Here,
but thanks.
I have the key.
Take
it.
I'm able to unlock
Find his
everything in
friends.
the game.
Managed to make him see reason.
I don't like this at all. What could he be doing outside every night?
He never was very reasonable, but it is true that these walks at night are rather suspicious.
I'm starting to believe that the revelations of Enon Miel Frichtemann had some truth to them. Let's rummage through his papers. We may find a clue.
Alright, so now we're going to see what happens if we don't tell him. So the majority of that conversation we can just skip through because it's going to be the same.
I was no.
Did you know?
And this
This is
no. But it's true that the conversation ended abruptly. An intruder had managed to sneak into the sanctuary, and we had to flee to evade the wrath of its guardians.
an intruder, you say? Then I guess this sanctuary isn't that heavily protected. Your work really is exemplary. The entire continent should be thanking you. but I see it's already quite late.
Where are you going?
Not very far. Don't be Use the opportunity later.
But why would he leave like
God,
that?
sorry.
You are one of it.
I am.
Recent. You better.
But I don't miss.
And he didn't.
Well, hey,
Wait.
no.
Listen, you. I'm sorry.
When he doesn't leave the palace, I hope you.
I don't like this at all.
Alright, so that was, yeah. Very uneventful. His journal. All this potential to feeling power feels so alive. My experiments bore fruit. Katash's link cured me, but those I established myself made me a god. Soon the whole island will answer my call as long as I'm uninterrupted. A small group of exiled natives saw me passing by the Swinvar the other night. If they denounced me, they could ruin my whole plan. I could take a risk. I must get rid of them. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. Was that something on my part, or was it something on theirs? Be advised, there's going to be a lot of noise here, I think. Yeah, we're still recording. Thank you, NVIDIA, for giving me that pop-up. There you go. Alright, we are definitely getting close to the end of the game.
It can't be easy to discover that your cousin has descended into madness. But we can't let him kill these people simply because he's afraid they might have seen him.
Yeah, I know that.
May the trees on your road always bear fruit.
Thanks. You saved us. These beasts would have torn us to shreds.
These animals were strange, as if they were enraged. Thanks again, Renaixhe.
I'm glad I could help you.
My job
And perhaps you can do
is
me a favor.
running around the island.
I'm looking for a young man, a Renaixhe, but he looks a bit like an Onol Manawi.
Someone like you?
In some ways, but his marks are different, darker.
He's talking about the crazy Donega.
Indeed, that might be him. Do you know where to find him?
No, we see him passing by around nightfall, but we don't know where he's going.
He walks along the path, often followed by some beasts.
He has a sinister look in his eyes. He scares me, so we stay hidden.
And you do well to hide. I think he's the one who sent these animals to attack you. Do you have any idea how I could figure out where he's going?
He could hide in the old house. He would see him passing by and could follow, couldn't he?
Right. If you take this path to the right, you'll reach an abandoned house. You can hide there. And from up there, you will be able to see the path perfectly.
Perfect.
Thank you. You've been a great help.
Yeah.
And stay hidden. You may still be in danger.
Be prudent, Onol Manawi.
You're very isolated here.
I guess we'll ask. I don't know. Might lead to something.
Story.
When
Oh,
I
God,
was
no.
young, as I
There. Do you want to know it?
No,
I'll leave you alone.
no, no, no. Don't ask questions. Never mind, I forgot. If they don't have a little exclamation point above their head, don't ask questions. Is this the tree logging level? Yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. This house, I think we saw this when we were exploring before.
We can't be seen from the path. Let's wait here to see where Constantine goes.
It's Constantine. With some friends.
Why we couldn't just hide in the trees somewhere? I don't know. Would be nice to have higher level armor, but
You must have used this passage. You do well to follow it.
I have enough healing. Just heal through it. And the time old tactic of just don't get hit. And that kind of stuff. Boop-bop-dow, boop-bop-ba-dow. At least we don't have to slow walk, follow them.
Constantine, what are you doing? Cousin! You're here! I would have preferred that you learn all of this another way. To be able to reveal everything to you in better circumstances. But whatever power we earn, there are some things that escape us.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but what are you doing here?
I seem monstrous to you. I am well aware of that. But I promise to explain everything when the moment is right. Then you will understand. You will see. The temptation is so great to share all with you right now. You have done so much for me. You have given me so much. I haven't forgotten, believe me. But I still have more to do. Forgive me and have patience.
You're gonna make me fight this thing, aren't you?
But do not kill him for anything in the world.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a nice thing to say. He's like, nah, dude, ain't happening.
Constantine, come back and explain yourself.
Oh, crap, that thing got reach.
He's gone mad. It's the only explanation.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
I mean, not very threatening.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Just kite him around, shoot him a couple times.
Flesh of my earth, help me. You saw him do it, didn't you? You saw him draw from me, steal my children, my guardians, pervert my force.
Yes, but I don't understand.
What he wants, eternity, strength, power.
I mean, is he willing to share? Cause, yeah.
Those who take without looking beyond themselves, like all those from the faraway lands.
Well, to be fair, Ulan is not a
Wasn't
perfect,
like that. He couldn't
nor
care
is
less
Daedra.
about all that.
A lot of the tribe people were actually pretty bitter, selfish, corrupt. Heck, the High King Vinbar was doing the same thing.
You must stop him. Each time that he bonds, he destroys me a little more. And with me, the hope for a cure. And now it's my heart, my most sacred sanctuary that he covets. You must kill him.
It is madness.
The consequence of his folly, yes. Believe me, there is no other solution. Stop him, flesh of my earth, or there will be nothing left to save.
I still can't believe this.
I understand what you feel. I have trouble believing it myself, but Enon Milfrichtaman never lies. We need to stop your cousin by any means possible.
We must learn more if we want to understand his plans and prepare against them. This hiding place he was talking about in his notes. We must find it.
Don't forget, he has a personal guard. He's bound to have warned them against us after what happened.
You're right. We should be careful.
And we're gonna need an army. Alone against all of these creatures will be no match for them.
The natives will follow us. What do you think about the Norks?
I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna follow us.
You myself, but alas, I cannot. The question will have to be asked to the Admiral.
We should also be able to count on Sieglinde. Her troops will be all the more welcome. And of course, we can also go and find the Mother Cardinal, as well as Governor Buren. What an absurd project. On the continent, they would brand us crazy, but not here. On an island where everything is possible, and all folly is accepted. Let us go. We
So,
need to put an end to
I'm gonna call some bullshit on this. This deity here can't kill them, cure the Melkor anyways. It says it had to come from the old continent. So, really, one, it's not the end of everything. It's just the end of what's happening on this land. And two, he can't cure a damn thing anyways. He even said so himself. Alright, let's go, Again, I hate to leave that unresolved, but I really don't want to have to go perusing through these large levels just looking for one little red thing that I may or may not have already picked up. Alright, let's do this. I think this is the end, so I'm going to push through on this one. 27 videos, make this the finale. And I will bring with me everybody who's a part of the faction that we're trying to align up with. I don't know if it'll add dialogue or not, but I'm banking it will. feel like this part feels sort of rushed. They should have probably had Constantine get healed halfway through the game and then progressively start showing signs getting worse. Maybe a couple side missions that might reveal to you early on what's going on behind the scenes.
Your Excellency,
Lord Desire.
and to what do I have come to solicit your help and to propose we forge an alliance.
An alliance? Against who?
You remember, no doubt, the attacks that fell upon Hickman, but also San Mateus, and against the
San
natives.
Mateus, but yes.
You told me that different guardians sent the beasts.
Precisely. And the Guardians were manipulated by someone. I discovered who it was. This revelation will not please you, but I have no choice but to tell you. It is Constantine.
He has white-ass teeth.
Surely you jest. What is the meaning of this? Do you know how many men have died during these attacks?
Allow me to continue, I beg you. My cousin's sickness shook him to the core. Then there was a ritual and his capture. And Constantine has fallen into madness. He has been increasing these rituals in order to link himself to the island, to gain power and manipulate its creatures. He is fighting a war against everyone, and it now appears he wants to take control of Teerfridi. He is preparing to attack the volcano sanctuary, and I need help to stop him. It is in the name of the congregation that I come to see you. Constantine betrayed us as well.
That's madness. It is complete madness. All of this superstitious nonsense. These absurd theories. I believed you sincere, B.A.D, which does not mean that I believe you now. But no matter. You are in need of men to stop your cousin who has already attacked us.
Indeed. And I will ask for the support of all the other forces on the island. We need to unite in order to vanquish him or be drowned one by one.
Let us be clear. I don't believe for an instant that this story has a link to the island or whatever foolishness. But I do trust you.
This seems
valuable services and
kind of bad.
supported us.
Written logic leaps. Just, I don't believe you, but I'm gonna do this. No proof, no evidence. Again, it feels like there should have been a couple missions.
Success tenfold. I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
I get we have a high reputation. And that probably played into it, but feels like there'd be more convincing, especially since that guy the entire time was like, I don't believe any of this. But hey, you know what? Here's the keys of the kingdom. And I'll do Kurt next, so then I can do the knots and the coin guard. And finish off with the tribes. I'm assuming this is like we're getting to a point of no return, so if you did want to search for Seraphedins or wrap up whatever missions you got left, probably a good time to do it around this time. Seraphedin's notes. Run around in circles.
Your Eminence.
Sir,
Do you remember I thought that someone must have been responsible for the attacks you sustained?
yes, you thought that this guardian who sent us the animals couldn't have been acting alone.
And I was right, sadly.
You're hesitating. Are you afraid of my reaction?
Indeed. As the person responsible is none other than my cousin, Constantine.
Does this mean that the congregation has decided to wage war on us?
Yep.
And thanks to which obscure alliance has your cousin been able to manipulate these creatures?
Constantine acted alone, and he betrayed us as much as he betrayed you. Believe me.
With no evidence, believe me.
These creatures.
Believe it.
You remember that my cousin was sick?
Absolutely. And it is said that his recovery was the result of a rather suspicious miracle. Are you telling me that your cousin has made a pact with the demons of this island?
Something like that. He was cured by a denegad of the island who performed a bonding ritual. But the power he received from this made him thirsty for more, and he bonded himself to other places, thus gaining control over the guardians who were protecting these sacred places.
But why attack us? Did his
She seems far more receptive.
our alliance?
His thirst for power is making him want to control the island entirely by himself.
Then Backstabby McScience Man, as he's called in some circles.
I won't stand a chance against all the creatures he's taken control of. And I need some help. Others have already joined me. But we also need the support of Teleme. Having a common enemy should help us forget all the differences that have been opposing us.
The idea that we would protect the sanctuary from an insular demon is completely insane. But you have helped us several times, and
yeah, she seemed far more reasonable.
You can count on our help.
I like them.
My men will fight
If I had to find one of these groups I like, it's probably them.
Thanks to your wisdom.
They were a lot more interesting.
I must leave you.
With their missions, their characters. They just had a bit more depth to them as a faction than some of the others. Some of the others, there's only like 3. The congregation is like non-existent, more or less, because you are the congregation. The Bridge Alliance is science run amok, basically. Which had potential, but outside of like one mission, kind of fell short. The Coin Guard are just like mercenaries. Knots were actually, never mind, the Knots were pretty good. But, again, I wish the game would have focused. I believe the game would have done better. You know what, I'm not gonna, well, maybe, who knows, it really could be missing out on something. Should have saved the whole native tribal Terra Feldon, or whatever it's called, for the second GreedFall. The first one should have taken place back on the original continent over here. And taken place between the conflict of the Bridge Alliance and the Lamy, which apparently they're still at war right now. But the war is confided or contained within the old continent. I just found that, I think it would have been far more interesting. In a great way for people to kind of develop attachments to these, because outside of that, they just both come off as 2 generic douchebag factions. And in this game, anyways, it's like, oh, they're both bad, but they're bad in different ways, and it's like, well, we'll go to the Knots first. No, because the Knots have a globe right by them. We'll go to the Coin Guard first. Yes, everyone yell at me. Do we have enough for purple? Yeah, but Kurt's here. We don't want to give Kurt anything. Nope. Wrong room. That's right. I remembered just as soon as I was hitting that door. To go like this, right? It's like at the end of the hall.
Hello, Commander.
Lord Desart, how can I be?
I have come to ask for your help.
I'm at your service, Your Excellency. What is it you want from me?
A coup.
The sanctuary territory of the
You know how we
island.
just had one of those? We need to do that again.
Very well. I will send some troops there. But may I ask who or what they will be fighting?
Creatures in great numbers. And probably my cousin.
The governor?
Pardon?
As your men must have told you, he has changed a lot recently. Ever since he was cured of the Malachor and bonded to the island, he has become obsessed with power. He is now targeting the heart of the island. If he succeeds, we're all doomed.
I have indeed heard reports of the governor's peculiar behavior. Since he is our employer, I asked my men to turn a blind eye. But thanks to your help, we avoided dishonor. I won't forget it. If you're telling me that we are in danger and that we need to go to this sanctuary, we'll go.
Thank you, Commander.
Anything else?
Nope. Sorry, I got distracted.
I also have
Everything's coming up Millhouse. No, I always do this. Why do I think the entrance is right by the stairs? I don't know. Hoof fungus. Just for good measure. For old time's sake, right? I don't even know what a resistance potion does. I haven't been using any of my potions. None of that jazz.
Desarde.
I have come to ask for your help, Admiral. My cousin has been plunged into madness, and he apparently wishes to conquer the whole island. He took control of many creatures by reenacting rituals he learned from the islanders, and now he uses them to attack the cities and the villages of those he considers to be his rivals.
A difficult situation, admittedly, but one that does not concern us. Who's in charge of the island is none of our business, Desarde, and you know that.
It actually does concern you. If my cousin takes control of the island, soon there will be no ports where your ships can berth. He's not looking for political influence. He desires power.
Absolute power.
I see. It's a decent argument. So what now?
We must stop him at all costs. And for that, I will need allies. I already have the support of other factions, but I was hoping I could count on the help of the Nords.
Let's see.
My men aren't really used to fighting on land, but they will be by your side. You have
Bullshit.
proven time and
Vasco's
time
is
again that we
worth like
can
100
trust
men.
you.
Thank you, Admiral.
May the winds be in your favor, Desarde. You'll need all the help you can get.
Which is literally everybody. At this point. I'll probably complain about this. And I brought it up before, but your companions do very little actual talking. I really wish that they'd be more conversational. Like, I figured since I'm talking to them, to their factions specifically, that they would be, they'd want to take part more, but it's not the case. Talk to my boy Dunkus. We know he's got my back. He's a cool cat.
What brings you here on Homanawi?
I came to ask for your help in stopping my cousin, Dukas. Did you hear about the attacks of creatures led by strange guardians throughout the island?
Yes, Darren sent a messenger to tell me about it.
My cousin was sick, and to cure him, Katasak used the bonding ritual on him. But the power he received from it made him mad, and he started bonding himself in other places. He transformed his guardians each time, and used them to attack those he considers to be his rivals.
What you're telling me is terrifying. Katasak Handevoshtire should never have bonded him. Your cousin is breaking the balance. He's consuming, and will only want to consume more.
Indeed. Enon Miel Frichtemann warned me that Constantine was now targeting the sanctuary at the heart of the island. I cannot fight him alone. I need allies. I already convinced some other factions to support us.
Okay, let me
I also need the help of your people.
use my game developer mind to explain how I probably would have handled this
Your will
instead.
to create an alliance between all the peoples on this island is wise and noble.
Instead of you going to each of these characters and having the same conversation 5 times,
We will be by your
I think a
side.
better approach would have been
I am not a fighter, but
you have to go to each of them, invite them to like a council meeting, or send messengers, and then it convenes on a scene where all the heads are around a table, for example, and you have to use a mixture of intuition, charisma, reputation values, and dialogue choices. At the meeting, they would each of them.
I expected Dunkus to be more angered when he learned what Constantine had done.
He's a sage among sages.
So at the, using a mixture of those criteria, navigating through a conversational scene, different factions arguing, tit for tatting, and getting them all to come together, and then through that you would get your support from them in one spot. That's how I would have handled this segment of the game, and I think it would have played out a lot better, outside of just having the map warp everywhere and have the same conversation 5 times.
Even amongst the Donegada, Enon Miel Frichtemann speaks in his ear. I think he already knew what was happening, even before we came to see him.
That confirms it. I made the right choice. Teofredi couldn't have a better High King.
I'm sure Ulan would have helped. Daedra would have been a queen bitch about it and probably not wanted to help. But Dunkus is clearly the right choice. There is no other option. No! And again, don't assign the run button to the action button, or the action key. It's just not a good idea, because you run into that problem. And that problem is that you're not running. Alright, let's go get yelled at by this random group of people again. I love it. Alright, six. It's gonna be the both for. Alright. Yeah. Let's make one more safety save. I have not used this once.
Greetings. My caravan goes out.
How do these even work? Travel?
Thank you, but
I guess you skipped that. Like, there was no reason. You'd probably skip that one connecting point where you're at that outside camp with the merchant. Oh, good. Oh, 41. What's that going to give me, if anything? Oh, give me one more of these. Should I do that? Nah, it's not worth it.
the cave that Constantine indicated in his note shouldn't be very far.
Let's be careful. Probably concealed.
This is new. His secret hideout. What's up, buddy? Oh no. What do these do? Armor ointment, resistance potion, power potion. Does it do more damage? I don't know what power potion does. It's on a timer. Let's check. Plus 100% stun. Plus 50 stun. Okay. All right. Constantine's research notes, according to my calculations, by performing linking rituals in Credwigan and Vedvibaba, and on Milfrictamen should be sufficiently weakened and I sufficiently powerful to fight him. I cannot wait to annihilate his senile old god.
Constantine has marked several places on this map. I recognize some of them. They are sacred places for the natives, places of connection. This place, this journal. My poor Constantine, you have completely lost your mind. What are you hoping to achieve with
By the
this?
way, saddle in, folks. I think I'm going to try and push through to the end on this.
It goes against the balance that we are defending. Enon Milfrichteman was right. Your cousin wants power. He is feeding from the strength of Tyr Fredi.
So much so that he's threatening Enon Milfrichteman himself. He wants to take his place. To think he's been plotting this absurd plan for weeks. He even used us to achieve it. The intruder in the sanctuary was certainly sent by him to scout the place. We'll need to gather allies if we're going to stop him. But we will also have to weaken him and break apart the bonds that he's established.
In that case, it would be best to go see Duncus. After all, he did say that his clan knew how to heal the earth, didn't he? And Merv is a bit too hostile.
You're right. Let's go and find him.
Alright, so I guess you were supposed to go here first, before making the alliances, but... This is a good thing about these types of games, though. You're like, I remember when we were running through this area, and there were things we couldn't unlock, and these enemies were giving me problems, but now they're not. Crude. Nope. I don't know how often they restock their inventory. But if you're still wanting to complete Sarah Fedden's notes, I believe you can still do that at this point in the game.
What brings you?
As I've told you before, my cousin bonded himself in many places before he decided to target the heart of the island.
You did tell me, and you must know that by doing so, he has acquired a power that no Donegada has ever possessed.
That is why I need your help. We need to break some of his bonds in order to weaken him.
Rest assured, all the Donegada will answer to the call of their Hoi King. And with their help, we will heal the wound your cousin has opened. However, to accomplish this, it is I who will need your help.
What can I do?
During the ritual, the one who is bonding himself spills some of his blood near the base of a stone. And this blood summons a guardian. The guardian lifts the stone so that it may serve as an anchor point for the bond. The only way to break this bond is to have a guardian topple the stone. We will be able to do it, but these rituals take a long time. Too long to be done quickly. So, in the meantime, you must prevent your cousin from drawing magic from the place. Here, take these seeds and plant them at the bottom of your cousin's bonding stones. These plants grow very fast, and their roots will prevent him from drawing the strength of Tifradi. However, you must be careful, because the guardians corrupted by him will come to defend the stones.
Thank you, Dukas.
And thank you for wanting to stop your cousin. Don't worry. I will send my people to finish the work of the plants I have given you.
Okay. It's the final countdown. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Oh, it's right there. Yep. I was thinking about it. You know I was. It's really easy to play a ranged guy if you want. You can, or a support. I mean, look at that. He's targeted on me, so they're just getting free hits in.
Let's see if you can ward off this feint.
And I can just sit back and heal. And if I had geared for it and built towards it, then I wouldn't even have to close in because my magic would be regenerating at a...
Let's see if you can ward off this feint.
He's dead. Now let's plant the seed Duncus gave us at the base of the raised stone.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, going magic and ranged, it's a viable build, because your companions, at least once you level them up, do a pretty good job.
The plant seems to be growing extremely fast. The Donigarda of Duncus's clan are sure to be here soon to finish breaking the bond.
And we got a big chunk of experience, so I might hit 41. Okay, this area. I remember this area. I'm assuming we're gonna have to fight another one, right? Oh, this one's different.
Let's see if you can ward off this feint.
This one's easier though.
Let's see if you can ward off this feint.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. We can access the stone now and plant the seed.
Alright, one skill, one talent. Well, talent-wise, let's bump up charisma. Improves the companion's combat abilities even further. We got 1 point here. What do we got? Oh, 20% damage from the back. Psh, heck yeah.
Look, the plant seems to be growing extremely fast. The Donigarda of Duncas's clan is sure to be here soon to finish breaking the bond.
Alright, that wraps up that then, huh? Okay. We'll be right back real quick, folks. We'll get close to finishing this. I'm back. Let's do this. Alright, I feel this is going to be the point of no return. I don't think we have anything new here, do we? Alright. I'm just nitpicking at this point. I don't need to do this. Excuse me, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to. Alright, that's done. Also, how neat would it be if in a game, the final battle, you get all of your companions fighting alongside you? Pretty sure that's happened. Now, I don't mean breaking them up at segments and sections. I mean everybody there all at once. I feel like one of the Dragon Age Origins may have done that. One of the Dragon Age Origins, as if there's been more than one. Well, technically there was, what, Awakening? But...
Hello, Glenda.
yeah, I'll play those again.
What can I do for you?
Hell, maybe I'll even play Dragon Age 2.
To tell you that men are going to come all the way to the sanctuary.
I think 2 gets a lot more shade than it needs, but I'll save that for another video.
The king has already spoken to me. I am disgusted to welcome warriors of the faraway island. But the decision is not mine. And in truth, we do not have the choice, do we?
No. It is all of Tirfredi and Enon Frichterman that's in danger. We have need of every able warrior to protect them. You need to prepare yourself as well. I fear that you will not be spared.
We will fight, have no doubts. Because such is our duty and our will. These are our lands that are attacked.
I have no doubt. Good luck, Glenda.
May the rocks give you their toughness. You shall need it more than everyone else. Can I do anything else for you?
I must leave. Goodbye.
Yeah, quite like about that. Gotcha. Okay, so it gives you a moment to say, hey, this is it. This is the point of no return. If you got any other quests you need to do, then... Alright, so that's good. They do have a point of no return. This is the point of no return once you go down here. So we are going down here. We are going to finish this. Sarah Fadden's research. Well, you'll have to discover it on your own and see what comes of that. I think we'll just get like 500 experience and a couple gold. A couple sentences from the counselor.
How are you feeling, my child? What you are about to do is difficult.
Don't make it harder than it has to be, Petrus. Fighting against your cousin isn't pleasant, but it's the only logical thing to do.
A nicer way of saying he has no choice.
Indeed. I must stop Constantine, regardless of what it may cost me. Not only to obtain an antidote to the Malachor, but also to save this island.
I have learned many things by your side, and thanks to you, I was able to give my mother back to the earth. I won't forget this. And this is my land, my people. I will be by your side. You will not go through this ordeal alone.
What's happened to Constantine is regrettable. But you're doing what must be done. You're a good person, Greenblood. Then you can count on your old master of arms to protect you.
We will all be with you. After all, this concerns all of us, doesn't it?
Naturally.
We will be by your side to support you both physically and spiritually.
Thank you. You have been precious allies, and you are proving once more
The power of friendship.
Now let's go. It'll be a shame if we arrive too late.
Anmehad, the fiery soul. Oh, are they all? Okay, that's cool. I was just talking about that. Are they all falling? Yes. Perfect. Love it.
The entrance to the sanctuary has been forced. A fight took place here.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
Alright, as you saw, I failed that quest, so. C'est la vie. What is this? Are we not going to be able to go the normal route now? We have to go the left route. I'm going the left route. There's going to be something over there. Yep, it's blocked off. So do I get everybody's... Yeah, I get everybody's upgrades. Alright, so let me switch the hat off and then I'll have 3 in intuition as well. Right? Yep. So I've got 3 in everything technically except for lockpicking and craftsman. Stop giving me crap, useless crap I don't need. Small shotgun, huh?
B.A.D, glad to see you. Sadly, we couldn't stop your cousin.
He suddenly stormed our position, along with a horde of enraged creatures. We didn't stand a chance.
And now there are beasts attacking us relentlessly. My men are doing all they can to stop them.
We thought it best to stay here to keep the path open for you, should you want to face your cousin.
Thank you. You did well. I'll do everything in my power to catch him and stop him from carrying out his plan. Keep holding on as long as you can. I need to be able to reach him.
Wait, there's a group of creatures coming.
Alright, that works. There's a crap ton of us. Ah.
We must help them stop these creatures.
Are you sure?
Every minute gained is a minute that allows you to save us.
Glad to have you with us, Kurt. Just like the good old days.
And thank you too, Afra. It is an honor.
Enough with the talking, Greenblood. Go.
And stop Constantine. I'd hate to be doing this for nothing.
In that case, thank you. And good luck to both of you.
Well, that stinks. I was hoping everybody would be getting in on this party. Okay, what are we looking at? Direction-wise. One way to go. I don't need armor. I do need to take items just cause wouldn't hurt. And then there were what, 3? Alright. Well, it's a bit disappointing, but... I guess Petrus will be the next one that we drop off. Or all of them. Is it going to be a one-on-one final battle?
There you are. I was starting to think that we would die here for
Yeah.
nothing. Your cousin just passed through here with a horde of beasts, and he keeps sending us more.
We won't hold very long. We're not used to fighting creatures like these.
We are, and we will hold long enough for you to reach the heart, even if we must die in the process.
Hey, it works for me.
But you must chase him. You must prevent him from performing the ritual at all costs. If Enon Milfrichteman dies, we're all doomed.
I'm well aware of that, believe me. But here come some more beasts. To arms!
And 2 legs.
Wait. I'll stay with my people.
And I'll stay with her. One
Oh
big
God, no.
hole can't hurt.
We need to prevent the beasts from following your tracks.
Yeah, we could use some help here, to be honest.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but the Moridigan isn't wrong.
You see? Over and done.
You should go now. And may the volcano give you its strength.
Okay.
Well, good luck. Oh, and Siora. Kayato.
Alright, Petrus, it's just you and me. That's kind of an interesting... Thought the original people that you'd group with were gonna stick around, but I guess not. I guess they want this to be a one-on-one fight. Alright. Hopefully I didn't... Well, even if I did screw myself a little bit with my build, I do have those respecs, just in case. But I don't foresee this being too difficult. Aww. I was about to say, is that Petrus behind him? Like, what's the...
Is this the last time I'll see your face?
I don't know.
Go.
What was I say? Where's Petrus? I know for a fact he's supposed to still be with us. This I don't like. This is not good. Yeah, I ain't risking it. Those ones are nasty. They hit hard. Very hard. Probably less so if I went endurance, but definitely went for more damage, finesse kind of build, I guess. Won't put that one in. No option for like crit, so. Can I equip the ring? No. Can he equip the ring? No. For some reason he can't equip that ring.
There you are. Praise the enlightened. Your cousin
has already reached the heart. Our other allies informed me. They are also trying to stop the creatures.
What do you intend to do?
Pursue him all the way there and do everything I can to stop him.
In that case, may the enlightened keep you in his divine... Oh no. More beasts are coming. Be prepared!
Can you trap stack? Can. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. They hit hard.
This time it's my turn. I'm staying with my people.
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I wasn't going to let the young ones get all the glory.
Your help would be a blessing, Father.
You see? You should go now, my child. Be careful. We are all praying for your success.
Thank you, Petrus. Be careful too.
Okay. And then there was one. Wait, can I wear that? Yes, a ring I can wear. Okay. Might as well, right? Already this far into it. Finally can equip a ring. I don't know, I don't think magic would be as bad as some people may have stated. Seems like there'd be a lot of neat tricks. If anything, it might be interesting for a second playthrough, but really there isn't a lot of like gameplay variance with decisions and outcomes to warrant a second playthrough. Like, yeah, you could have everybody hate you, but that's just going to make the game a harder playthrough than anything. It's not really going to change the outcomes of stuff too much. This is a game where the decisions don't really matter as much as it's just maybe a sense or two of dialogue change, but as for gameplay changing, you don't see that too much.
Constantine!
Restrain him!
Okay. No. Alright, this guy's actually pretty easy.
No! Stop! Step back. I do not desire your death. I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
Make a convincing case, buddy.
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps, but
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this. To send the old world back to its inevitable death and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent.
It sounds like a lot of work.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of.
Oh, you're no better. Shut up.
Voices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his bride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me, and we will be gods together, forever.
So, not the first game to do something like this. Breath of Fire is one of the earliest ones I remember. You could join up at the very end of the game. But, obviously, the right choice is to kill or what they want you to do is kill Constantine, the right one. There's just not enough connection to Constantine throughout the game for you to really have this decision be that impactful, really. Outside of like maybe 5 or 6 real conversations with him, he's just kind of there in the background. So we'll do the right thing, even though the other choices aren't really that much better. But and if you want to see the opposite, play the game yourself, and or look it up on YouTube, because I probably won't play through just to show. Well, maybe I will. That fight was easy. That was an easy last boss. It is on normal. Maybe normal's the new easy. I don't know.
Good night, sweet prince.
Or maybe I'm just that damn good. It just feels like the build up to this. Could have used a couple quests, or what are you laying down for? A couple of quests would have helped solidify this moment, I think, a bit more emotionally. Especially back in Old Serene. Heck, maybe even a segment where you play through the life of De Sardet a bit.
After the fall of Constantine, my young student
student managed to establish stronger
Level
links
42.
between the old nations and the natives. Some of their Donegada were even invited to the continent, and with their help, it slowly became a land filled with life again. And for the first time in a long while, the number of cases of the Malicor is decreasing. Those who bravely fought at Dor had Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. This victory allowed Siora to become the Marv of her village, but she often leaves to be reunited with the one she believes to be her soulmate. Sieglinde took Kurt as an advisor, but he insisted on keeping his place alongside his former student and friend, watching his back, as he always had. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Dunkasi's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet, but he often comes back to visit his brother.
That's right. You never escape the black hole of days.
Ambitions have finally been fulfilled. He obtained the much-coveted title of Cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance of the seaside Nemeus, he still had to renounce the role of Marv as he faced the contempt of the other clans. Her friendship with Renaigse helped Deirdre to overcome her reticence. She willfully accepted to follow the orders of her new high
Good.
king.
She needs to stop being a douche.
Dukas and his people spent a lot of time with savants and theologians. Patiently, they shared their knowledge of the earth and learnt new techniques from one another. And in so doing, they restored balance between the new world and the old. Following the investigations revealing the horrifying practices of Dr. Asili, the Alliance changed their methods and even appointed an ethics council to oversee the work of its scholars. The public revelations of St. Matthias's life led to a deep change in Teleme. The Ordo Luminis was dismantled for good, and the missionaries' purpose is now to establish dialogue rather than conversion. Aware that their culture of secrets would lead them to their demise, the Nords changed their methods. They welcomed numerous new recruits amongst them, notably natives. Under Sieglinde's control, the Guard returned to the honorable values that had made its reputation. And they did so all the more easily, now that their shadiest members were out of the picture.
Alright. That ending came abrupt and quick, and really, I don't know, it kind of falls flat compared to, say, how Fallout 1 handles it. Even though it's very similar with, like, that slideshow format. Doesn't feel very conclusive. Like, what happened to Day Sardet? Or Sardine. But, overall, had a good time. I felt the game start off strong, lagged in the middle, and the end felt kind of rushed. It's kind of hard to get that finale, whether it's writing, movies, or video games. That said, let's move on to the Ryan's rating system. B.A.D. system. Was it boring? Well, again, that middle part lagged. A lot of the native stuff was kind of boring compared to things like when you were dealing with the Bridge Alliance and the politics and Thelemy and all that stuff. But I would say the majority of the time I did not feel bored. The combat was not just the combat, but the systems in place for dialogue and combat crafting were fairly broad, if not that deep. But that's not a bad thing. Either you go hyper-focused and deep, or you go broad and shallow. I feel it took a very broad and shallow approach, which helps keep things... when you get bored of one thing, you can move to something else, so it keeps it pretty fresh. So I didn't really feel overly bored for the majority of the game, or especially when it came to the combat. There was a lot there. I feel like I probably, the way I play, caused a lot of the boringness in the middle of the game. Is because I front-loaded it by my choices, by exploring everything else before moving to the main objectives. So it caused like missions to kind of get squished together, if that makes any sense. Instead of me taking it and kind of piecemealing out throughout my playthrough. So that was a choice on my end. But on the same token, I was concerned about hitting points in the game where missions would be automatically failed because I progressed to a certain point. And that's kind of a hard thing to balance. But no, I give it a check mark, 1 thumbs up. Not a boring game. Dialogue can get kind of stale, especially when, again, you see it at the end where you have to approach the 5 different factions and you're given the same speech every time with maybe 1 or 2 words changed. How often did we hear him say he's the Legat, for example? But overall, not boring. 1 thumbs up, green check mark. The A stands for and. Until I figure out something better, it's an automatic check mark. Thumbs up. The last part, is it dumb? Story's kind of hokey. Parts of the native stuff were kind of dumb. The companion quests were mostly really stand out. A lot of the story elements did come off sort of dumb towards the end there, like I pointed out with Maquette, where the guy was just like, I don't believe a word you're saying, but I'm going to give you these troops. Could have been handled a lot better. You know, being able to provide proof of some manner. Maybe I skipped. Maybe if I had searched Constantine's hideout first before going to them, that would change the dialogue. I'm not sure. Overall, though, I wouldn't say it's dumb. There's some minor dumb elements that I didn't like. Gameplay-wise, for the most part, was okay. Kind of missed being able to throw sand in people's eyes, like in Mars Warlogs, but, oh, you know what was dumb? For sure, mechanically, gameplay-wise, was things like Vigor, lockpicking. You'd upgrade those to unlock things. Intuition. There was like maybe 2 or 3 places where intuition proved useful in crawling through crevices. And then at the end of them, in one part, we crawled through the crevice. There was absolutely nothing there. There wasn't even minor loot to pick up. That was pretty dumb. Stuff of that nature was dumb. Where it just felt like the rewards for upgrading your character. Going through Vigor so I can reach taller places. Or inaccessible spots. Or leveling up Charisma. Didn't have much of an impact at all. Again, it really kind of, mechanically, those things just gave the illusion that there was something deeper going on when there wasn't. You really want your rewards to be impactful to the players. Make it worth their while. Make them feel like, okay, now what if I you know, didn't go for Vigor? What if I did lockpicking instead? And would it provide an equal power boost or benefit that I wouldn't have gotten in any other playthrough? Hard thing to balance, but really when you're trying to craft it, I think that's the way you have to go about it. But overall, not dumb. Gets a check mark. Gets a thumbs up. And I had fun with the playthrough. I prefer Mars Warlogs. Even though I'm more of a fantasy guy, but Mars Warlogs, I felt, because of how condensed it was a tighter package. Whereas this one kind of expanded out more, but kept the skeleton and frame of Mars Warlogs the same, and it didn't quite translate over whenever they broadened the scope, gameplay-wise. Alright, folks, I'm going to call it here. This was GreedFall in 2024. I did not do the DLC as it's trying to suggest I should try. I probably won't. Because Mars Warlogs is cheaper than the DLC and you get 15 hours out of it. But yeah, you could spend your money worse elsewhere. Buy it on sale. GreedFall if you're looking for a third-person RPG light style action game. Set in a fantasy universe that isn't an established IP or movie or whatever. The world was interesting. I wish they delved more into it a bit more. The native stuff was probably the least interesting to me. It was more the Bridge Alliance and the Lamy, and you don't really learn too much about them, considering how long the game is. But hope you enjoyed it, and I had fun, and I look forward to maybe doing another, maybe more of an RPG after this. I don't know. But calling it to my subscribers, thank you again, and you all stay amazing. And you have an awesome day. And drive by Rubberneck and Beers. I will catch you next time. But until then, everyone, have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night.